Hey, it's Mick, and wow, has this video been a long time coming. I've had this Speedpaint file on my computer for several months, though I guess that's kind of obvious. It's clearly showing Thor, Rocket, and Groot from Infinity War, a movie that came out 8 months ago. And they just released the trailer for Avengers 4 like a week ago, maybe more when I finally get to editing this video. Yeah, I didn't mean to wait so long on that. My original idea was that, well, this Speedpaint's so long, maybe I could combine it with a vlog just so it's not a totally boring 10-minute video that just happens to have a cool drawing at the end. And now we're here. Sorry. But better late than never, I guess. Now, in my first rough draft of this script, I expressed that I was worried that I wasn't doing enough this year, that I felt like I was falling behind as a creator and as a human being. I mean, I had all these things I wanted to do, all these plans and projects I wanted to do, but it always seemed like something else got in the way, or writer's block hit at the worst time, or I had to start all over because something just wasn't working, or I got interrupted, or I just didn't have the time, or blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. But a few days after I wrote that draft, I managed to hit some of those goals, so I feel a bit more accomplished now. True, I hit them later than I would have liked, but I did hit them nonetheless. Again, better late than never. Looking back, I managed to do a lot in this year, despite these seemingly long periods of no productivity. I got a voice acting gig and a dating sim with an artist I've been a fan of since forever, and couldn't be happier to be a part of it. I did a lot of stuff for my friend Joey Cat. She does voice acting stuff too. Also, check out her anime reviews, they're hilarious. I finally managed to write, voice, draw, edit, and upload a storyboarded comedy sketch I've wanted to do since last year, and thank God the game it's based on is still relevant. Plus, I've gotten a lot of writing done this year on some personal projects I'm hoping to unveil next year. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I even managed to finish a course on animation, a skill I may or may not incorporate in the future. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I did find it useful nonetheless, so not a waste of time. One of my New Year's resolutions last year was to get back into meditation, and while I've been off and on with it, I have been getting more consistent with it recently with the help of a meditation app. While I certainly can have moments where I get trapped in my own head about my worries and troubles, it's always good to have a reminder to just breathe and realize it's all going to be okay. Living life and growing a career is like growing a tree. Nothing you say or do will make that tree grow any faster or slower. It will grow when it wants to. The fruit will bud and ripen when they are ready and not before. And in a world with fast food, high-speed internet, and Sonic the Hedgehog, it can be infuriating to have to wait for something to grow slowly. But like I said, being mad or madly motivated won't speed up the process. All you or me or anybody else can do is just show up every day, do the best they can, and leave the rest up to nature to sort out. I mean, yes, be persistent, have goals, work hard for them, be perseverant, but also have patience and presence. A lot of P's in that last sentence, but you get my point. Hopefully. And with that, I figured I'd share a few of my new goals for the new year, with the understanding that some of these might not be accomplished because, well, life happens. And I may have to wait longer for that flower to bud, and that's okay. I think I've got a good mix of personal and professional resolutions for this video, so here we go. Number 1, make more content. That is to say, I want this year to be a year of experimentation for the kinds of videos I make. I want to try things like more Speedpaint vlog type videos like you're seeing right now. Maybe some more storyboard videos, maybe a story time video along the same lines as like Jaden Animations or It's Alex Clark. Not that I plan on committing to any of these formats into the foreseeable future, but I'd like to try some of these things out, see what I enjoy making and what I don't enjoy making. If I like it and it sticks, yeah, I might do more of that. Also, I'd like to focus more on original content with these. Now don't worry if you're a fan of my fan art speed paints, they aren't going away. They'll just be pushed back to a when I feel like it basis, or when I need a break from a bunch of big projects. There'll probably still be a very large gap between uploads, since I want to take my time to better prepare for these new batch of videos to come out on a regular basis, but hopefully, it'll be worth it. Number 2, start doing commissions. I'm not saying that I'm open for them at the moment, just that I would like to be in the new year at some point. Specifically art commissions, though if voice commissions are a thing and people are into the idea, I'll definitely look into it. No fan art commissions. Again, I want to focus more on original content, but I'll go ahead and say that OCs are a gray area and I'll totally accept those. Also, I'm not doing not safe for work commissions. I don't have a moral issue with them necessarily. I believe sexuality and titillation has a proper place in art, but two things. One, I don't want that to be someone's introduction to my work, and two, my parents watch my social media feed, and I'm not about to have that conversation. Number 3, finish studying French. For those who don't know, I'm currently trying to learn French as a hobby. It's a beautiful language and I'd love to visit France someday, but that's another resolution for another year. I'd also like to add and get started on Japanese, which my original plan when buying a bunch of language books was to learn French and Japanese at the same time. It's ambitious, but not impossible, since the two languages are very distinct from each other. But then I thought about it and figured it would be easier on myself if I just focused on one at a time. And I'm almost through with the French book I'm currently on, and I just have one more left to go. I'm hoping I can at least finish that by the end of the year. Number 4, go through my music books. It occurs to me that I have an electric guitar and a MIDI keyboard that I don't really use anymore. As much as I like the idea of doing music as yet another hobby, if I'm just not interested and I could sell these instruments and the music books and use that money for other things, I probably should. So, before I do that, I want to give music one last shot. I'll go through all my music books one last time to see if I have any remaining interest in the idea. And more importantly, any resolve to actually follow through on it. And number 5, work on my webcomic. Now, I sort of have 2 stories I want to turn into comics. One is more of a short experiment to prepare me for the other comic, which is much larger in terms of story and scale. Fortunately, like I said, some of the work on these stories is already taken care of. It's just a matter of making the time to work on them every day. And I have an idea on how to do that, but I'll keep any further details to myself for now, until they're ready to go live. All I will say is that these are stories I've had in my head for years now, and I'm so excited to finally be able to tell these stories at long last. And those are 5 of my New Year's resolutions for 2019. I have more, but you don't get to see those. Again, sorry for the long wait, I just wanted to find an excuse to justify having a 9-minute long speed paint without being super boring. I know a few minutes of a speed paint probably aren't a problem, but once a speed paint starts stretching past 6 minutes, that's when I start to doze off myself, so I was trying to prevent that. Plus, I just kind of wanted to let you guys know what was going on in addition to that, so there you go. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Merry belated Christmas, and I hope you all have the happiest of New Year's. I mean, that's good, but I'm gonna have to come up with a better outro in the future. And we'll workshop it. But you know what? That works. That works. Happy New Year's, guys. Bye.